Hello and welcome to another Talk to Stu Universal Credit PIP and ESA news update. So the news generally for changes to those kind of benefits is pretty quiet at the moment. Not really a lot going on since the general election. Everything is in a sort of state of pause presently. But everybody is still very worried by the consultation that has been going on regarding personal independence payment being changed to potentially a vouchers or grant based system rather than the monthly payments that we are currently seeing. There is a bit of a caveat with this consultation in that people who are experiencing these things themselves are not allowed to enter into the consultation, and it's incumbent on NGOs, non-governmental organisations, charities, non-profits to get involved with this. And so quite a few organisations have been doing so, including DPAC and Scope and CPAG and a few others as well. Well, quite a lot of others, to be honest. But also there are petitions and campaigns running also to try and reverse this. So Labour have now taken the reins of government, and they've been very tight-lipped both before the election and since the election as to what they're going to do. The only indications that have been given so far is that they are going to do something to reform the system. There's been some indication that they want to reduce waiting times for people having a PIP review and for people applying in the first place. They've given no indication really what they're going to do about work capability assessments, whether they're still intending to scrap them as the Conservatives were, or whether they're going to come up with some alternative system. They've also stayed very tight-lipped on what's going to happen with this consultation I just mentioned. It is said by Labour insiders to a couple of different news outlets, including Benefits and Work, that the intention is to see what the results of that consultation are before any decisions are made. As we know, the team of people that are going to be heading up the ministerial side of the DWP is Liz Kendall. Now, Liz Kendall's a bit of an interesting character. There's a lot of concerns as to what approach she's going to take. She is very definitely on the right of the Labour Party, certainly a centrist, arguably more right-wing than that. In the past, she has asked some quite serious questions of the government in terms of their openness and accountability, and has asked, more recently, challenged Mel Stride on some of the odd comments that he made around the sort of culture of people being off work because they were feeling down and bluesy, and she wanted to know what evidential basis there was for that. When we look at her voting record, she's generally has a strong record in voting for paying higher benefits for those unable to work due to illness or disability, and against a reduction in spending on welfare benefits. That said, she has also been supportive of the two-child benefit cap. She's also argued that in the past, where people were where government ministers were making changes to work capability assessment and things like that, that they were just tinkering at the edges of a failing system. And she's also said But if you run your NHS into the ground for 13 years and let waiting lists for physical and mental health soar, if you fail to reform social care to help people caring for their loved ones, and if your sole aim is to try and score political points rather than reforming the system to get sick and disabled people who can work the help they really need, you end up with the mess we have today. Which on the face of it sounds good, but that's all very non-committal. There's no real indication of what is going to be done. And she has also made similar comments to the majority of the right of the Labour Party, who are in charge at the moment, who along the lines of, we know that if you're in good work, your relapses can be cut by a third or even half. That's better for you. It's better for the NHS. It's better for the taxpayers. And that was talking about good mental health. So there is this sort of vibe there still that the focus would be on getting people back into work, whether that's done in a more sensible way or whether it continues in that sort of way that it has been so far. We've yet to see. And of course there is still that focus on work, as if work is the only thing that makes you a person of value, and the fact that you're disabled with no control over that isn't really being looked at. Then we've got Alison McGovern. She is the chair of Progressive Britain, which is a right-wing think tank in the Labour Party. She was the Shadow Minister for Employment and Social Security. She responded to skills boot camps for unemployed people as a suggestion by the Conservatives, saying it's Labour who have the plan to get Britain working by cutting NHS waiting lists, reforming job centres, making work pay, and supporting people into good jobs across every part of the country. So again, there's a slight shift in focus there on that, but still with that, work is the only thing kind of vibe going on. And then Sir Stephen Timms, MP. So according to Benefits and Work UK, which is where most of this information is coming from, benefitsandwork.co.uk, worth following, good website. According to this, he's the better choice to be in the DWP ministerial team somewhere. In March 22, he attacked the DWP's culture of secrecy when it failed to support research into whether there is a link between benefit sanctions, ill health, and even suicide. We all know that there is a very direct link between those things, but the DWP have always tried to, or the Conservatives have tried to keep that under the radar as much as possible. And he also produced a report in April 23, Health Assessments for Benefits, which thousands of Benefits and Work members contributed to. Amongst the report's recommendations were that claimants should be paid an assessment rate of PIP if the DWP takes too long. Good idea. Claimants should be able to choose whether to have a face-to-face, telephone or video assessment, for sure. Deadline for returning the required forms should be extended to 2 months, obviously. More weight should be given to evidence provided by carers and family members in relation to benefit claims, a bit like it was under DLA, which would be good. Young people in receipt of DLA should not be required to claim PIP until they are 18. And the DWP should publish anonymised data every year on all instances of death or serious harm associated with health assessments and set out what steps it has taken to prevent them from happening again. So, just those things would make an improvement to things. But as we say, nothing really has come out of this consultation and report. Now, we knew before the election that the consultation still had to run. It finishes on July the 22nd. Contact any local groups that might represent, or national groups that might represent the disability that you have. to see if they're submitting any evidence. Also, have a look at organisations like Benefits of Work and things like that to see if you can find further information there, or CPAG, or any of the usual ones, Disability Rights UK. Just find out if there's anything there. There is a campaign that's being run by the Organise website. I'll post a link to that below. It's a petition. If you haven't seen it and haven't signed it yet, do get into that. Do sign up with Organise as well. It does provide you with tools for emailing your MP in relation to this. But now that you quite possibly have a new MP in post, do email them and let them know your thoughts as well. If you have an old MP in post, let them know your thoughts. That's what you can do. There's not a great deal we can do when we're stuck in a house all day long and can't get out and about, but it doesn't mean that there's nothing that we can do. So try and share these things as far as and wide as you possibly can as well. So I will be back very soon as I've got some more news updates. Just wanted to make sure that people were aware of these campaigns and what was happening, and that at this point we're still none the wiser really as to what's going to change in the near future. For people who've been a fan of my FAQs videos, those are returning. There will be another one later this week, which will be focusing on when you should inform the DWP if you are going abroad. It can be quite complicated. It's different for each benefit, so it's worth looking at that, just so you know what to do. And yes, as always, if you have found this video useful in any way or whatever, then please like, share and subscribe, and hit the notification bell as well if you would like to stay in the loop on upcoming updates. We're going to try things out like doing shorts videos. Apparently that's a thing now, but also we do our live Q&As once a month, which is quite good, and we're starting a new podcast as well. The first episode of that is already up, which you can have a look at and see what you think of it. Make any suggestions for future ones, things like that. What do you want us to talk about? Who do you want us to talk to and invite into the studio? What kind of information would be helpful to you, whether it's welfare benefits or health and social care, or health advice. We're always looking to expand and grow that offer to you. So yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully see you all again very, very soon.